Hi, I am Karthik Rannan. I am the president of the Wall Street Club of BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a PowerBI workshop with advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives while they try to navigate the world of finance. I am happy that we will be able to close this workshop successfully on a very good note.
Hi, I am Raghunendra Singh and I am the Technical Director of the Wall Street Club at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. It was a great amazing conducting this workshop with XLR. The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets, which was very helpful for the people who are interested in the field of finance, business or analytics in general. Thank you.
I attended a workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
The journey was great. Initially, I thought that I was not proficient enough in Excel, but later I came to know there was no prerequisites for it, and then I applied for it, and it was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
Good evening, myself Kavya Ganatra. I am from Computer Science Association. I was the POC for this ML workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them. till today, I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT Bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Ms. Ambika, Ms. Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. All the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be I placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. We will start in about 5 minutes. I think I'm still seeing participants are joining in. We'll take about 3-5. We will start.
I was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works. And it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge. And as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to.
So let's start. I'm just sharing my screen, and we will start with basically the introduction to Tableau and how to install this application. So first we'll go to the installation, and while the installation is happening parallelly, then we can cover basically what all products Tableau has and all those aspects. So let me share my screen, and I will also share the link of how to install this, how to install Tableau. Just give me one moment. Okay, all right. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. Thank you so much. So again, Tableau is another tool which is there for visualization. And before we jump on to what is Tableau and what all it does, let's first install this tool so that it is easier when we pick it up, so that we all can do it at the same time. So for this, I will share one document and you can just follow that document basically. I just share this link. So it mentions step by step what you have to do. And I will also do the parallelly these steps with you. And once this is done, then you can have this. So just you can click on this link. It will just tell you how to install Tableau. I will also go step by step along with you how to do this. So basically, it will go to this. I hope this is correct. Yeah. So it will go to this one, this link, as I click on this link. And then you will get this create option here. And then you click on, instead of web authoring, click on this download Tableau desktop public edition. So you click on that link, which is there in that, and then it will redirect you to another link, which is this part. And then you click on download Tableau public. And once you have clicked on this, you have to fill this form and then click on download the app. So I'm just writing my name over here. And if I write my first name, last name, and business email, it could be anything. I'm just writing this xyz@gmail.com. Select a country. And then you click on download the app. So that's it. It will open a new tab. And then it will ask you to save the application. So just save that application wherever you want to save. And then once the setup is installed, then proceed with the installation. Okay. Now you might get a green screen like this. Okay, if your download doesn't begin, then you can click on Windows or Mac, depending on which type of laptop you are. All right. So go to this link, which is this part. Click on create, download Tableau public edition. If you don't have this link, then I'll share the link again. And once you have clicked on this link, then select download Tableau public, fill in the form, and then you are done. I'm sharing this link also. So that's it. So you will follow the steps. So it will be about 500, I think 600 to 700 MB file. And once the installation is going on, we will go through what is Tableau and how this is working. So how Tableau is similar to PowerBI and why it is also a good visualization tool. So everybody got the link? Their download got started at least? Just you can mention in the chats. Anyone? You can just mention in the chats that the download is successful. Okay. I mean, at least it started. Thank you, Lenovo. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you so much. It is simple actually. Okay, great, great. So while the download is getting started, let me introduce you to Tableau as a visualization tool. So Tableau has been there much before Power BI in terms of business intelligence or business visualization space. It started in the year 2003, and over the last few years, it has been acquired by Salesforce. So Tableau comes under now the Salesforce. I mean, it has been like 5-6 years now. So just like Power BI, it is also a visualization tool. And just like we created insights in Power BI, we will create the same kind of insights in Tableau. The difference here is these are the products from different providers. So the interface changes and the way you use the tool changes, but the utility of both the tools are same. So again, I will not touch upon what is a data visualization. Again, data visualization, again, we discussed in the first day of Power BI. It is nothing but a graphical representation of the information and data. So you create all these charts which we created. We all created this KPI card and all the insights have come to life based on that. So who provides Power BI? So Power BI is a Microsoft product. That is why your Power Query, Excel, everything comes inside the ecosystem of Power BI. Whereas Tableau is currently owned by Salesforce. So both are by different organizations. And that is why there are certain differences between the two. Yes, Tableau is by Salesforce. I mean, it is acquired by Salesforce. Now we have this different products in Tableau. In Power BI, we had Power BI Desktop and a Power BI service where we share the reports. In Tableau, you have something similar like this, but there are multiple products. You have a Tableau Desktop, you have a Tableau server, you have a Tableau online, you have a Tableau reader and Tableau public. Of all these things, we will be using this product only, which is Tableau public. This is the most important product here because here only you will learn the nature of visualizations, how to build the dashboards. The rest of the products, Tableau server and Tableau online is for sharing the reports. And Tableau desktop is the paid version of Tableau. Tableau public is the free version. And Tableau reader is for viewing the data, which is not that extensively used. So our focus will be on Tableau public. You have other products also, which is like Tableau Prep. And in Tableau Prep, you can do the ETL activities. Just like you do in Power Query, the extract, transformation, and load part, you can do in Tableau Prep, but Tableau Prep also comes under Tableau Desktop. So we will not cover that part. We'll cover only Tableau Public, which is mainly concerned with making the dashboards or creation of reports, as you can see. So in Power BI, we were seeing the transformation of data as well as the creation of reports. In Tableau, majority wise, we will see the making of reports because Tableau does not support transformation of data much. Only Tableau Prep has that. So these are the products, brief overview. There are many products of Tableau, but these are some of the basic products and important ones which I wanted to cover with you. This we have seen already. So Tableau Professional, if you are curious, you can download this Tableau Professional or it is called as the Tableau Desktop. Basically, there are two versions for it. One is the 14-day free version and another one is the student version. So student version, you will get it up to 1 year for free. And this is your 14-day version. Tableau Public is free forever. So that's why we are doing this Tableau Public. Tableau Professional is sometimes also commonly called as Tableau Desktop, and that is why we use it interchangeably. All right. So we have, I have already shared the link for installation of Tableau Public. So we are not going to deal with that. Again, these are all file extensions. I don't want to go into details for it. This is just like how you go in an Excel file. I will share this PPT, probably you can refer to this. I think this is also self-explanatory. These are the data types that you have. Again, I'm covering the basics. If we see in the global superstore, there are different types of data sets which are available. So basically, if I click on this global superstore, there are multiple data types. Again, just a brief revision. Good afternoon. So you have this date column, which is the order date and the ship date, row ID, which is a number, order ID is a string, ship mode is a string, and so on and so forth. So you have all these different types of data types. And these data types will be identified by Tableau. And based on that, you will do the visualizations. So just a brief recap of how this visualization takes place. Yes. I'm going to share this link again. So basically, we will be sharing, sorry, I will be sharing this one. So I'm sharing the link again. Click on this download Tableau public, fill this form and click on download the app. You will be through this. So these are the data types which are there. Now in Tableau, basically your data gets divided into two aspects. One is the dimension and one is the measure. Okay. So can anyone quickly tell me the difference between a dimension and a measure? So for example, my ship mode is a dimension and sales is a measure. So can you quickly tell me like what do you mean by dimension? What could be? Okay. You can follow this link. I'm sharing the link again. Categorical versus numerical. Yes, correct. Categorical versus numerical. Yes. What else? That's one difference between a dimension and a measure. That is correct. So your region, for example, is a categorical variable. Or we can also call it as a discrete variable. It's a discrete field. Whereas your sales is a continuous field. Sales, quantity, discount, profit are continuous. Okay. And another difference is categorical, discrete versus continuous. And your dimensions are qualitative variables or qualitative fields, whereas your measures are quantitative fields. That is one difference. It's a measurable extent. Yes. So basically anything that can be measured against which what you want to measure. So for example, if the students are there, the name of the students are the qualitative variables or the categorical variables, whereas the marks of the students are measures or the quantitative variables. So the marks of the students, that is how your measures and dimensions are. Okay. So dimensions and measures are going to be used extensively in Tableau. In Power BI, we don't see the differentiation, but Tableau actually differentiates them once we see in the layout as well. Another important point is dimensions cannot be aggregated except they can be counted. So I can count the number of students, I can count the number of teachers, but I cannot sum up the teachers. I can only sum up basically their salaries or their marks or any other numerical values. So that is why you can apply aggregation to measures, but you cannot apply aggregation to dimensions. Anyhow, we will see in depth as to how this works. Now the next step is we are going to, I hope you have done the installation process. I mean, once you have downloaded, just please check that. Click on that Tableau desktop setup wherever you have saved and start the installation process. So once that installation process is completed, just agree to the terms and conditions. Then you will be getting this Tableau public icon like this, and then open this setup. So once you have downloaded, set up the installation, click on that file which got downloaded, and then start the installation process. So you will get this layout. So you will be getting the latest layout, which is the 2024 one. I have not updated it yet, but it does not matter because the layout is much the same only. So this is the first screen that you will get. when you will open the Tableau public book one. So just let me know once you have opened, you have come to this point, at least some of you, and then we will proceed to the next part. Okay, great. Thank you, Saida. Thank you so much. So on to your right side, you will see the update, any update that you want to do for the software. Just simply click on this. It will perform the update. So it will download a new version and you have to remove the existing version. And this is where you can press, if you press on this whiz of the day, it will redirect you to a website which is called as Tableau Public. And that is where you can see all the visualizations which have been done by people from all over the world. So if I click on this, it will redirect me to Tableau Public, which has just opened. So here you can see all the visualizations which people have created. So it's a very vast community and you can get a lot of ideas for the types of visualizations that you want to make. So that is one difference between Power BI and Tableau is that Tableau has a very huge community for making visualizations and you can significantly get through this. So if I click on this also, okay. Yeah, it's a big file, just like Power BI. It's actually bigger file than Power BI. So it will get time. It will take time to download. I hope the installation process has also started for those people who have not, who have completed the downloading part. Okay, again, a quick, what to say, recap of all these things. So can you tell me what all differences that you can see now with respect to Power BI and Tableau? Now that you have seen the interface of Power BI, so what all differences that you can see at least with respect to the interface? So can you just tell me quickly? So what is the basic difference that you find between both of these interfaces? So are they same? Are they different? If they are different, in what ways are they different? So I just wanted to know a quick, just a quick round of opinion. Let me see. Okay. In the beginning, Power BI is asking for setting. Yes, Power BI is just like Excel, unlike Tableau. Yes, Madhumita, that's a good point. Sandeep also had said in the beginning, Power BI is asking for setting up the Excel file. So yes. So initially you will get a view in which it has all in one view actually in Power BI. If you have seen the Power BI layout, it has everything in one place. The visualization you can see, the chart types you can see, everything you can see over there. It is quite easy to download. That is also true. Microsoft Power BI takes a little bit while to get used to it. And Tableau has much simpler as compared to Power BI. So Tableau can connect with more types of data sets. Well, Power BI also supports almost all kinds of data sets actually now. But yes, it used to be earlier, but now I think both of them are more or less competitive. But yeah, in terms of that, both are more or less the same thing, I guess. So one thing you have to observe is that Power BI is used for huge data sets. So there might be a little bit problem in that. So Power BI is, if you use the free version of Microsoft products, so 1 GB of data, Power BI can be easily used. So Power BI can easily process. But beyond 1 GB of data, Power BI will tend to get slow unless until you get a paid version of Power BI or the Microsoft product, either Microsoft 365 or some other product. So the free version supports till 1 GB. Tableau, on the other hand, is very powerful. Even beyond 1 GB, it supports. But of course, it depends on your other system configuration as well. But generally, Tableau works very fast when it comes to data. It just processes the database very fast. General observation. No. So Power BI is generally, so Tableau is generally used for huge data sets, generally. But both tools are very competitive. It is not that you cannot use Power BI for huge data sets. It can be definitely used. It is just the way the products are designed. So Tableau is generally better in performance. And one important difference is Tableau supports both Mac and Windows. Power BI supports only Windows. So that is one other aspect. And what else we can cover about this? What is the pros of Power BI over Tableau? So yes, so there are a couple of advantages of Tableau over Power BI. So one of the aspects is Tableau has a very huge community. So Tableau public. So you will find lot more resources for troubleshooting Tableau rather than in Power BI. So in Power BI, if you want to search something, it is very difficult to search because not many users have used. You will find it eventually, but still, compared to Tableau, it is less. The another difference I would say with both the products is Tableau's interface is much more easier, I feel, where your Power BI has a little slightly complicated interface. Again, it depends on user to user. Some users find it easy, some users find it hard. Formatting of charts is very easy in Power BI. Formatting of charts, you will find it little challenging in Tableau. Although you can format very beautiful visualizations, it takes a while to get used to it. And you cannot perform ETL in Tableau. ETL you can perform in Power BI because it is integrated with Power Query. Apart from this, I don't think there are any other significant differences because these are the major differences between the two. Another difference with respect to the interface is Tableau public, you cannot save the file locally. You have to upload it to a website which is called as Tableau public. And from there you can download. Whereas Power BI, you don't need to upload the report. You can simply save it in your desktop. So that is the biggest advantage in Power BI. So if you want to use the free version, you can save it locally. But here, I cannot use the free version without saving it locally. So I have to get a paid version to get to save this locally. Okay. So that is some of the pros and cons between the two. And yeah, I think this is what I've covered basically. Power BI in their free version, they have given almost everything with respect to connection of data sets as well. But Tableau has given limited data sets, database connections in their free version. In their paid version, you can connect to a SQL database and all those things. Power BI allows you to connect with everything. So again, that is again the difference between the two. With respect to cost, Tableau is expensive, Power BI is cheap, the license cost. Okay. So this is the difference between the two, and we will see much more differences and similarities if it is there between the two tools. Now let's start with connecting the data. So that is the first part that you have to do in any BI tool. So you have to connect to the data source. I'm not audible. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Am I audible? I think I'm audible, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So here I want to connect to the global superstore file again. So that's an Excel file. So which of this will use? You will use the Microsoft Excel option. So this is the point at which you will connect the data source. So I'm going to click on the Excel file and I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm selecting the file. So select Global Superstore. And this is the interface that you will get after connecting the file. So I will repeat again. Click on Microsoft Excel under Connect. Okay, once you have selected this, select Global Superstore and then click on Open. So once you have done that, you will get this interface. Just let me know once you have reached to this stage. Just a quick thumbs up or just tell me in chat that if you have reached to this stage. Okay. Anyone? Great, great. Thank you, Saida. So here, let's understand this interface now. So this is what we call it as the basically the data source view. Because here you are connecting the data source and you can see the preview of the data source. So this is what we call it as the data source view. And these are the 4 tables. We already know about these tables. And I require this first table, which is orders. I will drag this table over here. So just select this table and drag it over here to the right side. You will be able to get this table. Yes, correct, correct. So professional version has all the features. So that is why they keep it separated. In your professional version, you will get all the features which are not present in Tableau Public, which is the free version. In terms of dashboard making features, all the features are present. The difference is limited number of data connections. You cannot save the file locally, and you cannot these are the major differences actually. And you cannot have security over your reports. So these are some of the key differences between Tableau Public and the professional version of the Tableau. So this is the first table that we have dragged. And the next table I want to basically drag is this employees one. So let's see if this employees one gets dragged. So you see here, it has automatically identified the columns. In Power BI, I had to manually change the columns, but here it has automatically identified the headers. And then finally, I will drag returns. I will also explain this orange card which has come, the orange line or the noodles. So drag these 3 tables and you will be getting this, all the tables related to each other. I will explain what this 2 lines, this orange lines or noodles means. We'll then go to the next part. So I hope all of you have connected the 3 tables together: orders, employees, and returns. So you must be thinking about how to, it looks like noodles only. So basically, if you click on this line, you will see that there is a region, there is a common column it has identified, and it has formed a relationship between the two. So remember in Power BI also, we used to form a relationship between the common columns. 1 to many, many to 1. So exactly that has happened over here. So orders and employees are connected by a common column, which is called as the region. And if I click on this performance options, by default, it gives you many to many. So you can change the customization to 1 to many. So it will not affect any performance in Tableau, but generally we put this to 1 to many relationships. So between employees and orders, it's a 1 to many or many to 1, depending on how you are placing it. So that is the first thing. This is what we call it as the relationship or the modeling of the data. Similarly, for returns, they are connected by the order ID. So same thing, order ID is the common column. And if I go to performance options, it is many to many. By default, it shows many to many. So we don't have to change this option. So this is how the tables are connected, and this noodles is what we refer to as the relationships. Done. Now we will rename this data set, data source. So basically, I'm going to rename this to Global Superstore. I don't require other aspects. And I've renamed this to Global Superstore. So now if you click on this orders table, just click on this orders table and you will find all the details of orders below. So all the columns and everything you will see over here. And you will also see the data type for each of the columns. So orders is the table name. This is the data type, which is date. Again, you can see under order ID, this is ABC. So that is a string. And you will see other symbols also. So hash means number or a numeric data. Globe means it's a map. Okay. And if I click on employees table, I will similarly see the preview of the data. So all the data preview you can see over here. If you just expand this, you will be able to see the rows. All right. So I have connected this data over here. And for now, this is good enough for us to understand how to connect the data to Tableau. So any data that you will connect will ultimately come to this view, which is the data source view. All right. So far it is manageable, easy. If I see over here, this is the connections. So what type of connection it is there? That connection will be mentioned over here. So it is a Microsoft Excel. So that is why we refer to as Microsoft Excel. It could be anything else. It can be SQL or any other connection, and that type of connection will get populated over here. If you want to connect a new data source, click on this new data source. You will be connected. For now, we will use this one data source only. Now, there is this orange color icon which is there at the bottom. And this is what I refer to as the sheet view or the worksheet view. So click on the sheet one. And you will be now redirected to a new layout. And this layout is called as the worksheet view. So let me know once you have reached there. If I click on data source, I will repeat it again. From data source, go to sheet one. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Bhavna. Thank you, Saida. So what all you observe here? Again, with respect to the interface, how different this interface now is from Power BI. So can anyone tell me? Just you can mention in the chats now this interface, how it looks very different from Power BI. Anyone? Just few observations. Okay, let me see. Like Eclipse IDE. Yes, it looks similar to Eclipse IDE. From development background, I guess. We were selecting charts and then column. Correct. Yes, that is very, that is also a key difference. Thank you. We will come to that creation of charts. Yeah, that's a good observation. Thank you, Sandeep. And what else? So if you see over here, my layout, that is my tables are there on my left side instead of there on the right side. And I have actually a simple interface. It is not much cluttered and it has all the fields on the left side and it has something which is called as the sheet. Okay, and you have something called as marks, filters, pages, columns, rows, and all this stuff. Yes, I will come to that. That's also a good question. Let me explain you the interface and then we'll come to that. So if you see this interface, basically, this is the sheet interface, which means that you can create one chart over here or one or more charts. And if you want to create a new chart, you have to click on new. Unlike in Power BI, where all your charts are in one single view. So here you have to create multiple charts to create a view. So that is one difference. And you can see these tables over here, and it has segregated those fields based on certain colors. And I can see a blue color and a green color fields. So blue color fields are the dimensions or discrete fields, and green color fields are continuous. So blue color fields which are discrete, which means that they are categorical in nature. So any field which is not continuous, which is usually a string, is generally a discrete field. And most of your numeric fields are generally continuous in nature. So that's how you identify. Any numerical variable, mostly it is going to be a continuous variable. Any text is going to be a discrete variable most of the times. The only difference is the date field can be discrete as well as continuous. So date field is an exception. But otherwise, any qualitative variables that you will see over here, most of the times they are discrete. So that is how Tableau identifies them as discrete and continuous. And you can safely say that the ones which are in blue are dimensions. The ones which are in green are measures. So dimensions and measures. Okay. So this is very important to understand because that's how all your visualizations and all your concepts will be built. So whenever you read something, Tableau will say that this is dimension, this is measure. So you will be able to understand the differences between the two. Now, another interesting thing here is if I click on this show me, which is there on the extreme right at the top. So I will see all the chart types which are present over here. So in Power BI, I used to select this chart type and then we used to make the visual. Here it will not work like that. Here I have to drag the fields and then the chart will be prepared. So it is a reverse. In Power BI, I have to select the chart and then I would basically drag the fields or I will take the fields. यहाँ पे उसका उल्टा होगा. I will simply drag the fields onto columns and rows and one of the charts will get activated, one or more charts. And depending on the charts, I can just simply use it. Yes, so drag as columns and rows. Hi, good afternoon, Pradnya. I hope you have access to all the files that we have seen. So again, when I look at the data, what all things I can find. So again, I will be asking myself those questions and I will make my first chart over here. So I want to find categorical wise profit. So for each category, what is my profit? So I'm dragging profit onto columns. Sorry, category onto columns and profit onto rows. And this is how you have created your first visualization or first chart. And if I click on this double arrow at the bottom, this will get little bigger. So by default, Tableau forms a bar chart and we can change it to any other chart that we would like once we click on these options. So for now, we will make this as a bar chart for now. We will go to other types of charts also. So I made this category wise profit over here and I will click on this label option, which is there under marks. And I'm clicking on show mark labels. So you will get the labels at the top. Another way to do this is you can click on this labels, which is there just at the top, the T1. If you click on this, then the labels would get enabled. This is the sheet name, sheet 1 name, which is there at the bottom. And if I rename this to categories profit, the top one also gets renamed. So whatever name that you mention here will get renamed over here as well. So we got this category wise profit by creating this bar chart. So I hope everyone is now clear as to how to do this. Okay. Now, our next goal is to segregate this category by, let's say, ship mode. So I want to see which category is performing, which ship mode under which category is performing well. So I will drag ship mode onto colors. So now this is a stacked bar chart. So anything that you put in colors, the categorical variable will be populated, and I can see the colors for each one of the categories. So standard class, I can clearly see, has higher profits across all categories. Whereas your first class has less in furniture, it has good in office supplies and highest in technology. And the least one is the same day. It's very intuitive when you create this kind of charts, and I can form the observations based on this. So this is the first chart that we have created. So I hope everyone is able to understand this. Now the second chart I want to create is a pie chart. And this pie chart is going to be for segment and sales. So segment wise sales. Again, drag the segment onto columns and sales onto rows. By default, it will give you a column chart or a bar chart. I will go to show me option and change it to pie. So it will form this small pie chart over here. So I repeat again, segment, you keep that in columns, and in rows, you keep sales. And it is not mandatory to always put that thing in columns. You can put any field in rows and any field in columns. It will form a chart appropriately. So I hope you have done this part. I'm waiting for some time. So segment, I have not dropped in color actually. I selected this pie chart and it automatically dropped it into color. No need to go as dimensions and measures. No. There is that is not compulsory. You can drag any field onto rows and columns. It is just the way the orientation is there. Based on that, this will go. Okay. Now this pie chart is small, so I have to make it a little bit big. So there is this standard option which is there at the top, just above columns. And this is the view in which your chart is present. So if you click on entire view, this chart will become big, which means that it will fit to this sheet or to this worksheet view. Okay. And on your right side, you will get this legends, which is for sum of sales and for segments. Now, how to enable sales over here? Now, there are two ways to do that. One is I click on this button to enable the mark labels, or the another way is I drag the sales onto labels. So the labels is enabled. And similarly, I drag the segment onto labels and I will get the name of the segment as well. How to display the values? Yes. So you have to drag. So there are two ways to do that. If I click on this T option, which is at the top, next to the entire view, your values will come automatically. Values means the sales value. Or the another way is you put the sales, you drag the sales and you put it onto labels. And you will get the value of sales over here. Similarly, segment, because I wanted to see the name of the segment, drag the segment onto labels, which is onto this T part, and you will get the name of the segment. Another way is you click on these labels and show mark labels. Okay. So by default, Tableau shows the numbers, but for segment names, I have to drag this segment onto labels. Then only it will show. So I got this sheet 2, and this is going to be, if I rename this sheet, this is segment sales, segment wise sales. So category profit and segment wise sales over here. So we have created two charts. One is a pie chart and another one is a stacked bar chart. I'll wait for some time so that you are familiarized with this. I can hide this sum of sales if I don't require this. So I will click on this hide card and that card will be gone. How to enable tooltips? So tooltips will be enabled by clicking on this option. By default, this is on. So your show tooltip is on. If I hover over here, the tooltip gets enabled, gets activated. By default, this is on. So here I can customize all these things. So now let's format this a little bit. If I go to labels, click on labels, and there is this text option. If I click on this three dots, I will select this sum of sales. I will make this bold and probably increase this size. Similarly, for segment, I'm going to make it little bold and click on apply. So your font will change like this. Click on apply and click on OK. Your font of the labels have changed. Okay. Now the next aspect is what else I can do over here. I can change these numbers into currency. So for that, go to sum of sales, which is present under text. Select, and there is an option of format. So select this option. You will get access and pane onto your left side. So under pane, there is this numbers option. And under numbers, change this to currency standard. So for me, it is showing the local because it's English India, and that is why it is showing rupee. You can have any currency that you want for dollars. I will keep it as rupee for now. So I got this currency value over here, and I got my pie chart. Okay, fine. So formatting the chart, and we have created the pie chart. Now the next chart we are going to create is maps. So the maps is going to be, can you also try creating on your own basically? So I want to create a map for country-wise profit. So can you try it on your own? I'll just give you about 2 to 3 minutes. So once you are done, then we will see how the chart is made. Country-wise profit, create a map for that. So what you will do first, you will drag the country and the profit onto rows and columns, and then you will create a chart. So here I will drag country onto columns and profit onto rows. By default, this is formed. And I'm going to select the map, which is the filled maps. This is called as filled maps, and this is called as the symbol maps. So I'm going to select on this and automatically it has created a graph, a map. So this has been segregated by the value of profit. And you can see the colors which are in dark blue, they have the highest profit. And the ones which are having in orange are having very less profit or no profit at all. So it's a very clear depiction, a visual representation of how the data is structured. So I will name this sheet as country profit. Now, if I want to enable the labels, profit, drag onto labels. So you will see the name of the profit. Although it is not recommended, but you can have it if you want. I will just remove this one. It's better to simply go over here and check it out. So I got country-wise profit as well. Now the next sheet I'm going to create is for tables. So tables usually contains a lot of fields. So fields which having a lot of values. Storytellings, okay. Storytelling we can cover tomorrow because that's the last day. Storytelling briefly we will cover. No worries. Okay, so we have this option over here. And now we are going to select, let's say, customer ID. So instead of customer ID, let's select something else. I'm going to select region. So region. I placed it onto rows because I want them like this. And then I am selecting sales. Now sales, you can drag over to text or you can drag over to this ABC part. So this table is created. It will automatically go to text. And the next value I'm going to create is profit. Again, drag this over to this part. And automatically Tableau will create this view for you. So profit and sales will come over here. Measure values will come over here and all this stuffs. Which brings me to the concept of measure values. It is nothing but it contains all the measure values which are present, which is the discount profit. It basically contains all the discrete variables. Oh, sorry, continuous variables. And measure names is the header names for this. So profit and sales is the name of this header for these values, and that is what measure names is. And that is where your measure names have been dragged into columns and filters. Yeah, sure. So if you want to clear a chart, you will go to this option, which is clear sheet. So this will remove all the visuals from here. So I'm going to select region onto rows, and you will get this ABC because there is no value that we have put so far. I'm going to drag sales over to ABC. Either I can drag this over to ABC or you can drag this over to text. Either way, both ways are correct. Now the next thing, profit, you don't have to drag over here, over to the text. Instead, drag it over here. That's a shortcut I'm showing. If you drag it over here, automatically it will form these things. So measure names will come to the columns and filters, and measure values will come to the text. So it will do automatically those things. So I got profit and sales over here. And this is my next table chart. So I will name it as text table. Not text table actually. Region wise, profit and sales. So you got this region-wise profit and sales. Okay. Clear? So I created 4 charts now, or 4 sheets, and we'll go on to make another chart, which is a line chart. Measures, you are not able to do show again. Okay. So basically, you have to just drag this one over here. So that is why it takes a little bit of time. So region, no problems like this. Sales over here. So I'm dragging regions onto rows, drag regions onto rows, sales onto text, and profit onto this part. Put profit over to sales. If that doesn't happen, you can directly basically double click on profit. डबल क्लिक भी करोगे ना ऑर्डर आईडी से ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ चला जाएगा. Either way, you will be able to get this. ठीक है. Now I'm going to create a line chart. The line chart, as usual, it is going to be between a time-based dimension and it is going to be one measure. So I'm calculating sales over here. So I got this sales, year-wise sales for year-wise sales basically through a line chart. Now you will see that it has basically, it is in blue in color. So which means it's a discrete line chart. So if I click on this plus icon, I will get the quarter wise. And if I click on plus again, it will go for month wise. And if I click plus again, it will go to day wise. And I can simply go to this minus to remove the drill down. So it's, you can simply remove this by reducing the drill down which is present. So year, quarter, month and date. It's as simple as that. And this is going to be year-wise sales. Sheet 5 को लिख लो year-wise sales. So now you want to compare profit and sales against all these years. So you can drag this profit inside of this axis. That is one way to do this. And if I drag this over here, I will get the profit and sales under one same axis. We call this as combined axis. And if I drag quantity, you will get this pause button. Just drag it over here. So we'll get sales, quantity, and profit over the years for all these 3 charts. We call this as combined axis chart because in one axis, all the values are combined. If you click on this T option at the top, all the labels will get enabled. So this is your year-wise sales for the chart. Okay, so quantity, yes, that's correct. Yeah, I mean, number-wise, it will be different. Your sales and profit will be in currencies, but the scale, it is all numbers at the end of the day. The scale of the number changes. That's it. But the data format is same. It's all numbers. And that is why your quantity is showing very less. Sure. So basically, I created a line chart. And I created a line chart for sales and profit. Simply I created for the sales and year-wise sales. I wanted to compare profit also for the same period of data. So I am dragging this profit and I'm putting over to the sales. Now this pause button will come like this and you will drag this over here. So you will get profit and sales. Similarly, I will drag quantity, not over here, but over the values where you get the pause button. And you will get this quantity as well. So this is how we have made basically year-wise sales. And this is a discrete line chart. Discrete line chart because my year of order date is in blue in color. So blue means dimension, dimension means discrete. Okay. In the combined chart, how do we know which is sales and which is profit? So it is defined by these colors. So you can see there is a difference in the colors. Correct? Just give me one moment. Just give me one moment. Yeah, sorry for that. I just got an urgent call. So legend is added automatically, but which colors denote? Yeah, it is mentioned over to this side. So legends are there. So legends basically comes over here automatically. And you can drag this legend over here as well in case you don't want onto the right side. So you can keep it anywhere over here. And that is how your scale, it differentiates between profit, sales, and quantity. So again, one way of showing the data. We have created 5 charts. Now we will create our first KPI card through this. So KPI card, again, I'm using the same principles that we used over there. I want to find out total sales. So sales, I will drag it over to text. And automatically the sum of sales it has calculated. By default, the aggregation is sum. You can change the aggregation to another aspects also, average, median, count, anything. So I have calculated my first KPI and this is the total sales. I want to format this data. So I will go to text, 3 dots, any formatting, you will go through here. Click on bold, increase the size. And basically click on apply and you are done. And this is going to be total sales. It's pretty simple actually. The layout is very neat. You don't have to worry about it. Only thing is formatting takes a little bit of time to get accustomed to. And how do we change this to currency? If I want to change it to rupee, how will I do it? Can you just write out quickly? So this should come in rupees, just like it has come over here onto the segment. Can anyone tell me how to do this? Yes, thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much. So if you click on this option and I click on this format, I click on this numbers, and then I can go to currency standard or currency custom. Currency custom, if you go, you can also select the decimal places that you want and you can customize. So for now, I think this is fine. Total sales, we will go through this. Similarly, I'm going to create for total profit. And again, I'm going to duplicate this sheet. And instead of just right click on this and duplicate and take the total sales over here, instead of sales, drag profit. So replace this with profit. And again, I have to format this. And rename this as total profit instead of total sales. So I'll give you some time to make these visuals. Just let me know once you have completed it. Then we will proceed on to make other visuals. So we got our KPI cards. We have made a line chart, bar chart, a stack bar chart, and a map. So this looks much simpler, or the Power BI is much simpler. How to show non-numeric tables, that is strings or text. So that comes under, yeah, so that is text only, non-numeric tables. So basically non-numeric tables means I think you are referring to if I put this customer name onto rows. So it will display like this. But you have to put some value over here so that this ABC gets replaced. Otherwise, you have to display it like this. Otherwise, isko thoda chota karna padega. I mean, if that was your question. Okay. I hope. Yeah. So can you please show non-numeric tables? So non-numeric tables means customer ID say non-numeric one. And if I drag this onto rows, basically I got the tables like this. And I can put another variable as well, which is like a country. So country is also a text and this is also a country. This is also a text. So both of this will come like this. Or you could keep country over here and it will form like this. But you need some value to go inside this ABC. So some numeric is required because a table is always measured by those things. So I hope I'm able to address the query. If not, then you can tell me again. I will rephrase it accordingly. So how many of you find this so far? Is it easy like Power BI or is it difficult, or this is more or less the same? Easy, same, or difficult than Power BI? Is it easy than Power BI? Is it difficult than Power BI, or same? Level is same so far. We'll see. So it's easier than Power BI. Yes. Okay. I think this looks easy because the interface is very simple compared to Power BI. And Power BI is more research intensive. Order to return is showing in red mark. Yes, that depends on individual to individual. Order returns. It is showing in red mark. It could be because of many reasons. Although we are not using it right now, but just check if your relationship is there in proper. It should be order ID in both cases. I think the relationship is not established between the two. Sometimes it does not detect it. So just select order ID from each table. So that's where that red mark will get over. I think it is giving you a warning essentially. Okay, that depends on familiar also. How to fill values in ABC? So values in ABC is going to be filled basically by any one of the measures. Any numerical data, you can fill that values with ABC. Okay, so discount, profit, quantity, sales, any numeric value. So that depends upon how you're familiar with each tool. I agree with that. So whichever tool one is familiar with, basically that tool becomes much easier. Both has its own pros and cons. Okay, so total profit I've created. Now we will create, now our objective is to find out top 10 cities by sales. So I want to find out which cities are top, they are performing the best in terms of profits. So I'm adding all the members. It gives you a warning because there is a lot of members which is there. So Tableau asks you whether you want to add all members or you want to filter them. For now, I will click on add all members. So I will get city over here. And as usual, profit over to rows. Just simply drag and drop. And you will get this column chart. Now, this is a very big column chart because it has 4,000 rows of data. 4,000 cities are there. So this is not a very good chart to represent. And also it does not make sense to see all the cities in one view. So what I can do is I can filter this data. So for filtering, I can use either city as a filter or profit as a filter. Okay. In my case, relationship is coming as employee orders returns. Okay. Okay. So in that case, what you must have done probably is you must have put returns over here. And that is where the relationship has formed. And that is where I think one of the gentlemen had got this problem. Now, why this problem happens? Because there is no, it's not able to identify any common columns between employees and returns. And that is why it is giving you this warning. So you can simply drag this over here and put it over here. So if you see, Tableau automatically gives you a prompt. This noodle prompt gives you over here. So you can just put it over here and it will automatically do this relationship. So it will be structured like this. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Okay, cool. So now I am at this, basically the city-wise sales, city-wise profit. And can somebody tell me if they have done Tableau before? How do I filter this data? So there is this filters option. And if I press Control, I can simply drag this city over here. And you will get this filter card over here. And this filter has 4 options. One is general. Okay, where you can manually select the values, or you can custom select the values, or you can use all. We usually keep it use all because I don't want to miss any values. Wildcard is for matching the values. Condition, any condition that you give, and top. For our use case, we are concerned with top because I want to find out top 10 cities by profit. Or it could be top 15 also. I'm making it top 15. Click on apply and you are done. So again, I repeat this step. City, click on this city, press control, and then drag it over here. So you have to press control, otherwise that dimension would come out. And then go to top by field, select the number 15 and click on apply. And you will get top 15 cities by profit. Now, I feel that it needs to be horizontal bar chart rather than vertical. So for this, you can simply swap the rows and columns. The shortcut is Control plus W, or you can click over here. So it will automatically swap like this. And still, I feel that this representation is not still accurate because although I can see New York City at the top, it would be better if I arrange them in descending order. So for that, I'm going to click on this sort option, which is at the top, just above the column. Sorted descending by sum of profit within city. So within city, this will sort them in descending order. And I got my data. Okay. So this is going to be my top 15 cities. Top 15 cities by profit. Okay. I hope everyone is clear at this point. Now, what else we can do at this point is, I want to color this on the basis of the values of profit. So the maximum profit will be colored differently and the other values will be colored differently. Okay, so based on the values, the colors will change. So how do I do that? I will drag profit onto the marks card. So this marks card is primarily used for formatting. Color, size, labels, tooltips, all these things can be handled in the marks card. So it is very similar to how you do in format in Power BI. So I'm going to put this in colors, and now you can see that it has colored based on the value of the profit. So through this, I can also see that all other cities, if you look at the bottom, they are not very far from each other, except for New York City, which is very far ahead compared to other cities. Control used to duplicate the value from the original position. Correct. So it duplicates, it does not duplicate it actually, but it uses as a filter. If you don't use control, this will come out. Then you cannot use it. So it does not duplicate the field, but here it can be used as a filter and as well as on the visual. So that's why we press control. And how to enable labels? I will click on this T button. Automatically labels are enabled. Now I want to format these labels. So I will click on format. And I'm going to select currency custom and display units as thousands. So currency, go to numbers custom. I'll simply put numbers custom and I have done this. Don't worry if this value is not seen. That is because of the space constraint it has done. So if I click on entire view, all the values will be seen. Okay. So we have got this part. Different colors, yes. So different colors, drag the sum of profit. This profit value is there, profit onto colors. And you will get this colors over here. And I have to format this sum of profit, and I can select this format, or I can select profit format at this columns as well. Both will give you the same result. And numbers custom, display units as thousands. So you will get this value over here. All right. So I got this chart as well. Now, what we are going to do is I think we can build a small dashboard out of this. So this is going to be, you have to click on this option, which is there next to the sheet, the 4 plus icons, which is there. So it is divided by this cross, and you will get this dashboard one. So we have all the sheets which are present, and we have to combine all these sheets into one dashboard. So that is again the primary difference between Power BI and Tableau. In Power BI, all was there in one view, but in Tableau, you have to, unfortunately, bring it onto different things. So let me know once you have got this dashboard interface, and then we can create the dashboards. Okay. I hope everyone has got this in layout. So this layout is slightly different from the sheet view. So what all differences can you see? There is no columns and rows over here. And there is this size which is present. And rest of the views is almost similar. So now what first we will do is we will set up the size of the layout. I think Amar or Chandana is there, from someone from XLR team is there. They will share it with you. Thank you. So the first thing that you want to now do is set up the screen size, which means that this screen size I want to set up. So here I will go to the size. I have three options: fixed size, automatic, and range. So automatic will take the size as per the screen that you have. So if you watch it in iPad or you watch it in desktop, it will resize as per the screen. Fixed size, as the name goes, it will remains the same. Range is you give a range between minimum and maximum. Minimum size and maximum size. Usually fixed size is recommended because the dashboards tend to remain very stable in that. So fixed size I have selected, and I will go to custom option. And under custom, I have this multiple options. And here I will select generic desktop. Depending on your screen, you can select other options as well. For some people, I have seen that generic desktop goes way out of the screen. You have to put a scroll. So you can use a smaller version, which is a desktop browser or a full screen. Okay, so I repeat again. Select on the size option, select fixed size, and then click on generic desktop. Generic desktop or any other subsequent options. So you will get this size. So I have first established my screen size. And don't worry, you can always customize the screen size. We will see that later. But for now, this is sufficient for us to understand. Now below size, I can see the sheets. These are the sheets that you have created. And by simply dragging and dropping, you will be able to create a dashboard. We'll come to that. So these are the sheets. This is an interesting one, which is the objects. Now in objects, you can put tools like navigation, download. There is a text option, and these are the some other options that you can use. So this is the layout that we are talking about. And let's try to first understand what is styled and floating. And then we'll understand what are these containers called, or why they are used for. So tiled and floating, this you will come across in Tableau whenever you create dashboards. So tiled means your chart will occupy the entire space. Whichever the screen size is there, it will occupy the entire space. So just like I dragged the category profit, it occupied the entire space. And if I put another chart, it will automatically resize. So that is the tiled layout. I'm going to remove this for now. Floating, on the other hand, means if I drag this, if I change this to floating, and now you see the difference. So what difference you see? That I have to manually resize this. Okay, and if I put another chart, I have to put this above or below based on how you want to do. Generally, it is recommended that you use style initially, and then if you want to use floating, you can go for floating. Tiled is generally recommended because it automatically resizes all the layouts. But floating also has its uses. We will also see when we make the dashboard. Okay, all clear? How are you bringing charts on dashboards? So I'm selecting the sheet, which is there under the sheet option, and I'm dragging this. So left click on this and drag. And you will be able to drag the sheet. Okay, simply drag and drop. Okay. Amar again will send the feedback form. I guess Amar will be having it. The attendance and the feedback form. Yeah. Thank you. So the first thing in a report I would be mentioning is the title of the report, basically. So how would you set the title? For the title, I will drag this text. So first change this to tile. If it is in floating, which means if you see this floating in dark color, which means your dashboard will follow the floating rules. If you select tile, then it will now be in tiled mode. So first change the mode, select this to tile. And now drag the text over to this part. Drop sheets here. Now this pop-up will come out, which will say that, okay, rename this text to something. So I'm going to rename this as, this is going to be Superstore dashboard or report. So Superstore dashboard and Superstore dashboard. Center align this and increase this size to 20. And change the font to Tableau video. Click on OK. So I repeat again, select this text, center align this, make it bold, increase to 20, and then you will get this. Okay. So don't worry if if it occupies the entire space, which is fine. We will go on to the next step. So I have established my report over here. Now the next thing I want to do with this report is I want to drag my first KPI card. So this first KPI card will go below. So now there are multiple things that you will see over here. So you will get this option. like this. You will get this option like this. You will get like this also. Don't put like this because it will go towards the side. Don't also put like this. Go even further down and you will get this part. Okay. So slightly it is tricky in Tableau, but by trial and error, I found out that this is a much better layout. So why I'm doing this? Because I want to not to have this KPI card under the container of Superstore dashboard. So I will explain also containers in detail. I am going to drag when I am getting this color over here, this shading. And now the total sales has come like this. And total profit, I'm going to simply drag this over to the side. So once you get that side option over here, you will get the total sales and total profit. And resize this over. Yeah, Amar has already shared it in the chat. It's there in the chat. So all with me so far? दो KPI cards डाल दिए and we have put the text over here. I hope you are able to follow me. Just give me one confirmation and then we can proceed. Any doubts here? We will do formatting and all those parts tomorrow as well. We have time. I just want to make sure that you all understand what we are dealing with. All right. So I'll wait for some time to do. Okay, Saida, thank you so much. Okay. Now the next part I want to drag is basically this map. I want to have this map and I'm going to drag not below this KPI card and not below this as well. I want to drag below both of them. So it is going to be again like this. So you have to drag this further down and release the mouse and you will get this map over here. So you got the map as well. And you can see that there is one profit thing has popped out over here and it is occupying a space. So don't worry. You just click on this profit and there is this option of remove from dashboard. And it will give you a warning. Just delete it. Delete the container, press on delete and you will get that. I repeat again. If I select this container, press the X button. It will give you a warning of delete containers. Delete this one and now that part is gone. And now you have this layout and this map looks smaller and this KPI is big. Just hover over here, you will get this double arrow and resize this. So I got my map as well. And the next chart I'm going to have is the pie chart. Or a line chart I can have. Let's put the line chart, year-wise sales. So year-wise sales, I'm going to put on the left side of the maps. So I will get this part. I will repeat again. So basically, year-wise sales would go over here. And it will occupy this part. And if I get this one over here, this is very interesting. I get this part. Remember, this is the legend part, which is there with the line chart. I want to drag this over here. PowerBI and Tableau, which technology is used for data analytics? We'll come to that part. First, just change this into floating. I'll tell you the reason. If you change it to floating, I can easily drag over anywhere over to the dashboard. So it becomes super easy for me to have it. And I can have it either at above or over to this side as well without causing much trouble. And I can increase the size and decrease it like this so that I can easily have it without causing much trouble. Okay. So you can have it like this, or let's have it at the top. We'll increase, we'll see about the formatting in more details. Don't worry. For now, just understand that, remove this container and we will have this profit, sales and quantity over here. All right. Which one is better for insights? Power BI and Tableau difference? We'll come to that. So I'm going to resize this. I'm going to resize the title as well. Select the title and resize. So this again, all formatting parts. So I got my line chart, I got my this chart as well. And finally, I can put basically the two more charts I can put, category wise profit below this one and top 15 cities onto this side. And I'm going to cut all these things into one row. It's okay if we don't get the legends here, just delete the containers. We will sort them all out properly. Okay. And we will take this part over here. So for now, we will remove this legends. We will take care of this legends later. So I got my chart over here. And so we got our first dashboard over here, and we will do some formatting to make it look a little bit more beautiful. So let's do this far and let me know once we have done this. So I hope you are able to follow me. So now we'll come to that part where people have asked me, what is the difference between Power BI and Tableau? I think I've mentioned in the beginning as well. So Tableau and Power BI have the same objective. They have the same objective of providing business intelligence. So in terms of utility, both tools achieve the same objective, which is creating visualizations for insights. And better business insights, I would not say that any tool is superior over the other. But when it comes to making some complex calculations, I personally found Tableau to be much easier than Power BI because Power BI, the usage of DAX is little more complicated. And so that is one aspect. The other aspect is business insights wise, both are same only if you find whichever tool is comfortable for you. So they are both almost the same competitor. I mean, they have almost the same utilities. So when it comes to the type of organizations that they use, so I have seen that small scale companies, they prefer Power BI because the license cost is cheap. And if the company has some good, good budget, then they go for Tableau. And usually Tableau performs well when the data size is huge and it is much easier for the reports to be shared also in Tableau. So we have, so basically I have seen this based on my experience. Any tool you can pick it up. Both the tools, if you know, it's very good to learn. I personally find Tableau to be good because I picked that first and then I learned Power BI, but that's up to you, how you take it up. Okay. So how to save this? Yes, that's a good question. We'll finally come to the saving part as well. Let's do some little bit of formatting and then we will finally go for this save part. I think we can do now. We have like last 15 minutes, right? Okay. So what we will do is I'm going to center align this part and I'm going to reduce this size to about 12. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select this style and select entire view. Okay. Don't worry, it will come like this. just we can just rename over here. Or for now, I think I can keep it like this. And I have to center align this one because it is going over to the side. So I will go to the sheet, go to text, alignment, horizontal alignment, center. And if I go back to dashboard, this will go up. I repeat again, go to the sheet, which is here in this option, text, alignment, horizontal alignment, center. And if you go back to dashboard again, oh, इसमें मैंने entire view change किया, entire view, and you will be able to get this. Again, click on sheet mode, apply, and this will come at the center. I will reduce this size to about 11, 12, like. Okay. Amar will be sharing it. Amar has already shared it actually. You can just, it's already there in the chats. So we'll not do much formatting for today. So what we can do is we can simply save this workbook. So for saving this workbook, you have to click on Control S or save. And now here you have to do a sign up. So please remember that this is not the sign in that we did earlier. You have to create a new account, which is don't do this sign in with Salesforce. Select this option, create an account. So I repeat again, do Control S. If you do Control S, you will get this tab and you have to create an account because you cannot save this locally. So once you click on this create an account, you will get another tab and create your account over here. So put your first name, last name, the email ID where you can get the notification. So give a proper email ID because you will get a confirmation link and set the password. So you will get a confirmation link. Click on that confirmation link in the email and then go to sign in. So once you click on sign in with that email and password, this will get saved. So please remember that create an account and save it. If you are not able to, create an account now, just don't switch off your laptop. Later on, create an account. Or if the email is not coming to you, it is taking some time. Just just have this in the minimized mode. I will also share my Tableau file also with you tomorrow. So even if you have not created the dashboard, you can access the dashboard over here. So I'm logging in over here because I've already created my account. Okay, what's the issue? Okay, I mentioned my wrong email. Okay. Yeah, great. Sure. Okay, so we are on to last 10 minutes. So I have signed in now. And once I click on save, let me see if it's asking me again. I think it should not ask me. Okay. Strange that it's asking me again. So for anything, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. So we can just search by my name over LinkedIn and you can find it over there. Any doubts you have, I'm happy to help. Now this save the workbook, it will come. Once you have created an account, do Control S again, close that tab and you will get this title, workbook title. Give the title as, my Superstore dashboard. Okay, this will be easy for you to remember. So I am putting this for my reference, Superstore dashboard FCI. Okay. And tomorrow also we'll work on this same file and click on save. So once you have clicked on this save, this will go into a new tab and all these files will be saved. Yeah, Shubhada, you have any doubts? So it will take a little bit of time, not much actually, and this will get saved over. So this is where your Tableau account is created actually, and your dashboard is published onto Tableau Public. So Tableau Public is a website, and this is where you can see your dashboard. So if you have created today, congratulations, you have created your account as well as your dashboard. And we will make more such dashboards in the next sessions. Tomorrow is the last session. Okay. That is up to the moderator actually. Since there are a lot of participants, so it takes, it is not easy to answer everybody query if you put them in not on mute. So that's why. So I think last 10 minutes, quickly we will take last 8 minutes. We'll take some queries as usual. So how do you find this tool so far? Tableau, how do you find it different from Power BI? How was your experience? So just you can share your observations. And if you have any specific doubts to the Tableau tool, I'm happy to answer your queries. Or as a matter of fact, data analytics also. Any queries that you have, I'm happy to answer. Let's see what all you have. Yes, Tableau is user-friendly. Yes, thank you. Over Power BI, yes. So Tableau is more user-friendly, definitely. Very easy to create. Only thing is formatting may takes a little bit of time and creating of dashboards. But otherwise, it's a very user-friendly tool. I agree with that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vikram. Thanks. Thank you so much. Really helps me. And tomorrow we'll see more of this tool and we'll see some of the key features. And tomorrow we will cover briefly also if we have time for data storytelling. And then we will wrap up this entire session. Okay. Great. I would strongly recommend you, all of you to, go back and pick any data set that you have and start building it. So not just this Superstore, this is a dummy data, but I would strongly recommend you to practice with other data sets also. And you can, in that way, you will learn much more when you actually explore on your own and you can create much more beautiful visualizations. So I'm looking forward of seeing your Tableau visualizations as well. Tableau or Power BI, anything. I'll be more than happy to help you in that. So data transformation is not available. That's a good point. You cannot do data transformation actually. You can do very basic transformations like splitting of strings, but otherwise it is very restricted. Data transformation outside Tableau. I usually recommend that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Pelletti. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. Thank you so much. All right. Practice this. That is more important. And it's okay. Initially, you will find this to be intimidating, but once you keep on making different dashboards, and you will be able to have it a much more fruitful experience. And I would strongly recommend you that when you go back to your academic institutions, try to use it in your daily life. Anyway, if you can create a report for your organization in any way, use one of these tools. In that way, the learning remains and you will be able to apply the knowledge. So it will have much more utility. All right. Any questions? I'm open to taking the question. How to delete a... Okay. So deleting a worksheet, right click on this. You cannot actually delete a worksheet. You can either hide this or it is currently used over here. So that is why you are not able to delete this. So because I've used these sheets in the dashboards, that is why it is not giving me an option. You can duplicate this or you can just simply clear this sheet. In that way, you will be able to do that. The sheets which I'm not using in the dashboard, that you can delete directly. So delete you will get over here. The ones which are used in the dashboard, you can hide them because it is already used in the dashboards. Otherwise, if it is not used in the dashboard, right click on this and click delete. It will get deleted. Okay. Thank you so much, Sanjay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we have 4 more minutes. I hope everyone has created the account and uploaded the file. And one more thing, you can always share this report with any other people that you want. That is by this sharing option. So sharing option is over here. Let me go down and copy. If you copy this link and you can download the workbook. So once you copy this link, you will get this view and you can press the download button and Tableau workbook. So this will download the file onto your system if you want to keep the file. Otherwise, it is safely there over your Tableau public profile. Okay. Thank you so much. Just give me one moment. Screen. Okay. Thank you so much. I think we have covered almost everything now. Okay, then that concludes our session for today. Tomorrow we will see some more features of Tableau, like parameters and usage of filters. And also somebody had asked me data storytelling. So probably in a short segment, if I can cover that, I will cover that. And we'll summarize the entire session too. Okay, we'll make more visualizations and formatting tomorrow. Okay, so thank you all. I hope you have got all the attendance, I think. If you have any doubts, please ask me. We have still 3 more minutes. Okay, okay. That's a good point, actually. I will share the data set, actually. I think I've shared the fatal crash data set with all of you. If it is not there, I'm going to share it again over here. Thank you for telling me, actually. Fatal crash data, right? Fatal crash data. I will share in the chat. Don't worry. Just be there in the chat for some time. I'm just sharing this one.
Actually, I shared the one link. In that, all the files are contained, like with the screenshots and the pictures as well. So, dear participant, you can download from there.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Amar. That's a good thing. Yes. So I can also upload that in the drive, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. That's a very useful thing. So I'll upload this in the drive, the PowerBI files as well. So in that way we can do it. Okay. Thank you all. I think you have been very interactive. So tomorrow we will see with the final session, and please attend that session, and we will conclude our FDRP. So thank you. I'm leaving off now. And if you have any queries related to LMS and Excel, Amar can help you with that.
So, dear participant, I already shared the attendance link. I'm sharing one more time. So please mark your attendance and share your feedback as well. Sorry, I shared the drive link. 1 minute. Let me copy. Yes, I shared the attendance link once again. So please mark your attendance and share your valuable feedback. Yes, so tomorrow will be the last day of this set. Then thank you so much, dear participants, and we'll see you